What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to some more My Hero Academia Ultra Impact, and today we have a brand new character reveal on the official Twitter account. It is a brand new villain. The Blue Flame Boy himself, DABI, is finally coming to My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. So if you guys are excited for him coming to the game, make sure to drop a like down below here on today's video. And this is a completely brand new character. So we didn't actually have an enemy like this in the game, and there wasn't even a playable DABI in the game either. So completely brand new character, so we don't know his kit, we don't know his animations or anything like that. So we're gonna go over all of this stuff here in the Twitter post and kind of speculate what we could kind of see him do in the game. So before we go to get started, make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button if you haven't already, to join the Heroes and Villains community here on Hydros Impact, as well as click that bell to turn on all notifications. That would miss out on any future videos, whether it be guides, gameplays, summons, showcases, everything. Gonna be your best one-stop shop for My Hero Academia Ultra Impact and other My Hero Academia content here on YouTube as well. So DABI, he's finally coming, and I cannot wait because DABI is also, I believe, one of my characters that I did want to see in the game as well, one of my top 10. If you want to check out that video, link to that will be down in the description down below. But DABI is finally coming, and just looking at the Twitter post without even bringing up the art full screen, his art, man, looks so amazing with that blue flame, man. And just kind of judging just off the art, let's kind of just bring it up real quick. Just judging off the art, and just kind of, you know, where the game is currently. It's obviously pre-release, so we're getting characters bit by bit. This is probably at least pre-season 4. So for those of you that are manga readers, you know, please don't try to spoil anything for DABI. I mean, you know, just be aware, guys, if you guys do go into the comments and people are spoiling, just be aware that, you know, shut your eyes, don't look at it. But yeah, this is most likely pre-season 4 DABI because we, again, don't know anything about him right now in terms of the anime or anything. So let's go ahead and kind of look here and see what the translation says on the post. So playable character announced, DABI, individuality or quirk unknown. Again, this right here kind of signifies that this is most likely pre-season 4 or just, you know, before we learn anything really more about DABI in general in terms of the manga, anime, and everything like that. I don't even think the anime even really revealed too much about DABI to begin with, even in season 4 currently. So I don't think we know anything at all right now. But his quirk, I do kind of know what his quirk is. I mean, it has to do with blue flames, obviously. I don't know what else there really could be, right? He has a flame quirk, pretty much. And he is a mysterious man who gives burning to his opponent when the relentless condemnation number AO goes wild. What? I don't even know what this is. That's a bad translation on Google part. So just kind of take that with a grain of salt as you will. This is very bad translation. But yeah, so just from this post alone, he does inflict burn to an opponent and to opposing enemies, right? So he does inflict burn with his, assuming that this is like every other post or most of every other post, assuming this is like that, this is most likely his plus ultra attack. So his plus ultra probably inflicts burn, and he probably has action skills that also, at least one of them probably inflicts a low chance of burn. This is probably a medium chance of burning the enemy and stuff like that. So, you know, that's pretty much signifying of that, right? So he does inflict burn. So let's kind of look at DABI. This DABI is 100% an SR character. Unfortunately, I have to say that now, but that means we get an even awesome, more amazing version of DABI as a UR later down the road. But this is a SR version of DABI, and you can really tell that because of the screenshot that they use in the post, right? Because as I mentioned this in every video so far, whenever they do have these like little screenshots, you can kind of tell when it's a UR, when it's a SR or lower. And usually SRs or lower are just showing off like standard poses in game. Usually if it's a UR, the screenshot is mainly from their plus ultra attack, and the animation and just the screenshot in general looks way nicer and kind of very much like it's a plus ultra animation, right? So that's how you can kind of tell. Again, this is most likely an SR. I mean, they could be completely throwing us off, by the way. This could be a UR for all we know, but just judging based off the pattern of their posts, based on this little section here, this is most likely an SR DABI. And even for an SR, look at his art. His art is so awesome looking. Like, look at this, look at the blue flame. I don't even care. I don't even care if he's an SR. I just want him. I just want the character because of the art, and I'm gonna put him on my home screen because this art looks freaking beautiful, by the way. I don't even care. I don't care that the game's in chibi. Let me just make this clear right now. I don't care that there's chibi characters in the game. These character models in game, they're not bad. I mean, to each their own, right? You have your opinions here and there. Doesn't really matter. I don't mind the models. I think it's fine for what the game is. It's a game. At the end of the day, if you have fun, that's what matters. But aside from the chibi models, just the art alone makes me want this game. The art alone really makes me want the game. So that's just me. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on his art in the comments down below. Even for an SR, that art is beautiful, and SRs, even in this game, have amazing arts as well. So that's really awesome to see that they're putting a lot of detail and a lot of heart into just not only the UR arts and their UR animations and everything like that, but other rarities as well, because it just shows that, every character, so far I've mentioned this on a lot of videos, but so far, every character in the game has a potential place somewhere. No matter the rarity, a lot of characters have a place somewhere. So let's go ahead and read DABI's little infograph here, by the way. Got a little tangent there, but mysterious enemy villain receives an invitation to join the League of Villains from the Dark Broker, or, the boss man himself. He sticks to Stain's idea of returning heroes, quote unquote, I guess Stain's ideals, right, of what he does, and then all his identities are unknown. So yeah, this is pretty much at least pre-season 4 DABI, where we don't know anything about him other than the fact, he has a flame quirk of some sort, and the most that we've seen him is when he's been he's been twice his copy, where he's made of mud or whatever that is, right? And then also I think we've seen him fight Endeavor in Heroes Rising. But even then, we didn't really get to know too much. We just saw him pretty much use his flame quirk, and that was kind of it, right? Or for the most part, it wasn't really too in-depth with DABI. Nothing so far in terms of the anime has been in-depth. And I know that later in the manga, or even right now in the manga is where it's at. And eventually in the anime, we will get to see more of DABI and more of it, kind of flesh out who this character is and see what he's about. But for right now, this character, we don't know anything about him other than his flame quirk. And assuming, I don't know what to really put on it, because I don't want to spoil myself, because I don't read the manga myself personally, just because I like watching the anime. I just don't want to read the manga, and I don't want to spoil myself. I just want to watch the anime, look at all the animations and stuff like that. I'm big on animation. That's pretty much me. But that's why I don't read manga. So I don't know too much about DABI in the future, so I can't speculate right now too much on his future potential units. And DABI definitely has the potential of being a UR character in the game. Definitely. I would say at least maybe 6 months to maybe a year, at least 6 months. I would say not a year. I would say at least 6 months. I would say somewhere down the line, we will most likely see a UR DABI come out somewhere. Maybe it would be a year, between 6 months to a year. I would say maybe that time frame. Between that time, I believe a UR DABI would come to the game. But just based off of his current character that we know of, he is Blue Flame. Just based off of this little info that we have here, he does inflict burn on his, assuming this is me talking about the Plus Ultra, so he inflicts burn depending on his typing and depending on other stuff as well, depending on his character. Again, Bakugo, the blue Bakugo that was in the beta, if you're pairing him up with other characters that can burn, especially DABI, Endeavor, and Bakugo on one team, or even Todoroki, right? Depending on who you want to put, depending on the abilities and stuff like that for other characters. DABI could very well be a staple on a Bakugo team or a fire quirk user team, right? So that is, or an explosion or anything like that, right? So DABI inflicting burn, if he inflicts burn with any other abilities besides his plus ultra attack, he can definitely pair up with Bakugo to where Bakugo can, boom, knock out power one by one by one by one, with his ability to increase his power by percentage when he does his plus ultra attack if the enemy is burned, right? So he's a good staple for Bakugo. Definitely a good staple on the Shigaraki team, I would say. Definitely has a fit somewhere on there, because Shigaraki's passive ability increases increases what? Critical rate or something like? I can't remember DABI now. I can't remember where it's quirk now. Let me actually pull that up really quick. I believe it's critical rate. No, it increases power of the League of Villains character allies by 25%. So pairing DABI with Shigaraki, definitely, again, because they're League of Villain characters, they definitely will work well together, especially because of Shigaraki's ability. Shigaraki basically being the main leader of the team because of his passive, and also kind of depends on what his passive is as well in the game for DABI, and also his other abilities. But inflicting burn, I feel like you're going to have a lot of status condition enemies as well, so that's going to be something that will also help dwindle down enemies within the game also. It also just depends. I don't know. For future DABI, I assume there'll be more staples of what could be done with his abilities and stuff like that. But currently, at least for right now, in terms of the anime season 4, small smidgy spoiler, at least in terms of season 4 that's already happened, when DABI's face to face with Endeavor, it seems like they have like a quarrel or a beef or something is there between DABI and Endeavor, right? So maybe something to where if DABI is facing an Endeavor character or something like that, maybe then he gets maybe like a power boost, or he decreases power of Endeavor enemies or something like that, or pro hero Endeavor or something. It's something like that. I imagine there's something like that. And it also said that he sticks to Stain's ideals, right? So maybe there isn't a thing to where maybe if he's a pro hero, facing a pro hero, then there's something that his abilities give him as well. I don't know what Stain does either. Stain, we don't know anything about. There is a Stain coming to the game. So I would imagine you have him, Stain, maybe Shigaraki, and then some sub characters like Toga or something like that on the team. I feel like a villain team with even with SRs is going to be rather decent in the game, or rather good, just because, you know, I mean, I don't even care. DABI's got to have a staple somewhere. I just want to know what his other abilities are, and it really sucks because I don't know anything about DABI in terms of the manga, of like the most recent part of the manga. I really kind of want to look it up, but I don't want to spoil myself at the same time. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the future of DABI holds and kind of see what else he can do. Again, he could probably, like I said, have, like, if he's facing a pro hero Endeavor, reduces power, reduces speed, something like that. If he's facing a pro hero in general, maybe he has like a higher chance of burning, or he has a higher chance of decreasing speed or decreasing power, or maybe he destroys shields or whatever the case may be, right? Maybe he has something like that. And if I don't know, what else could he do? Maybe he could have an AoE. A lot of flame type users, like, or destruction type or blast type users, stuff like that. I'd imagine that somewhere along the line, someone's going to have an AoE somewhere. And I feel like maybe this SR DABI could, you know, he just has like a ability to where he just bursts a flame out in all directions, basically an AoE hitting all enemies. And then he has maybe like a low chance of burning all enemies on the field, right? So there could be that. That would be a cool effect for him, especially as an SR. I wouldn't expect him to get a high chance or medium chance as an SR. But a low chance to burn all enemies if he does have an AoE would be pretty cool. Maybe he'll have an ability to where he can increase his power, maybe power and speed, just increase his abilities, or increase all abilities on the field for all your allies, something like that. I don't honestly know. There's so much mystery about DABI so far. We have only seen him in action a few times. He seems like he knows what he seems like he's like a taunting type character. Maybe he has like a taunt as well. That could be an interesting effect for a villain like DABI, right? To where he could, you know, taunt the enemy to where he's the only one getting attacked. But if they attack him, maybe he has like a low chance of burn or something like that if the enemy attacks him during the taunt or something. Or maybe he has a counter, like let's say he has a taunt counter to where he taunts the enemy. If they attack him, he counters with a flame attack, and that has a low chance of burning the enemy that way. Maybe that'd be a pretty cool ability as well. You know, I don't know, but DABI is finally coming to My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. He's going to be an SR, at least judging based off of this post here on Twitter. Link to the Twitter post and everything like that will be down in the description down below. I am building the wiki page, so if you guys do want to check out the wiki for translations and everything like that, make sure to check it out. Link to the wiki will be down in the description down below. But DABI, man, if you guys are hyped for DABI coming to the game, make sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Turn on all notifications as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic day.